Bond fans know the story of this film, but casual fans probably don't. And it's a bit confusing. They're like, well, it's an unofficial Bond movie. And you're like, yeah. And they're like, well, how does that work? And you're like, well, there was a lawsuit and it's really a remake of Thunderball. And then by that point, you probably lost someone. They're like, whatever, Connery's in it. It's a Bond movie. And of course, it is a real Bond movie. I know there are certain fans in the Bond community who don't consider this a real Bond movie, which I think is an absurd opinion. It
The main
stars Sean
character,
Connery as the character of James Bond. It's a James Bond movie.
he introduces himself in the first few minutes of the movie as Bond, James Bond. I don't think it's very hard to argue that this is certainly a Bond movie.
But probably in the same way people look at the original Casino Royale and say that wasn't a Bond movie.
You mean the one from the 60s?
Right, exactly.
Have you seen it?
I have. It's a
mess.
It's a mess. Well, here we are with Never Say Never Again,